Here we go. We are live. Okay. So Ahmed, Muhammad, sorry, you know the rules.
Yes.
You have to share your screen. You have to not use Google. You can use any language you like, and you have 1 hour. Any questions before we get started?
No.
Okay. So start now by sharing the screen. I'm gonna just make you an admin or a host, so you will be able to share the screen. Once again. Host. Now you will be able to share the screen. Okay, nice. All right, so now I'm going to send you the link of the questions, and I will send it over Slack so you can click there. And you can go question by question. Okay. So this is question 1, question 2, and question 3. 3 questions. All right. So you can get started by question 1. You can read it and start coding. I'll start the timer once you start your first line of code. Read it.
Okay. Write a function that accepts an array and a number. Print yes if you can find two numbers, ij, and sum of them is the provided number. Okay. Otherwise, print no.
If you have any questions, ask. If the question is clear, you can get started.
Okay, I didn't understand. Series input should be an array and a number.
Yes, you'll accept 2 parameters in the function. The first parameter is the array, and the second parameter is the number. And print yes if you can find the sum of 2 integers in that array that can be added on to be 3, for instance, in this input example. So as you can see, the first input example is 1, 2, 3, 4, and the number we are looking for is 3. And the number 3, you can find the sum of 2 numbers because 1 and 2 is 3. Okay, so in that case, yeah, we print yes. In the second example, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and the number we are asking for is 2. But we don't have any 2 numbers that the sum of them is 2, correct? So that's why we print no.
Okay.
Is the question clear?
Yeah.
Okay. You can use any language you like. JavaScript. Go ahead. And I started the timer.
So it accepts an array and an item.
Array and item or number. You can call it whatever you like. Yeah. Array and item.
Yes, if you can find two numbers, I want to answer. We'll approach this.
So what you need to do is you loop over the array and check if you can find two numbers within that array. The sum of them will add up to equal to the item provided. If you find, then print yes, otherwise print no.
Oh, I can't get any solution for this.
You can use start for loop,
Yeah,
two
okay.
inner
Wow.
for loop. Complexity will be a little bit higher, but it's okay.
Sorry?
I mean, continue. You can start with the for loop and check if you can find two numbers within that array is equal to the sum. Some of them equal to the item.
Oh, like for I and j in array. I'm not getting an idea to get through this.
Even if you want to provide me with high-level overview without writing the actual code, like what is your solution for this problem, that will be enough. Like if you want to write in pseudocode, just tell me what the steps, that will be enough.
Like how we check if to if
Yeah,
the
like a
element is
pseudocode.
present.
Doesn't have to be like a complete correct syntax. If you can provide me with the solution only, that will be okay.
So for I like how is it for I presenting the array.
You can share your thoughts loud if you want.
Maybe it's like the loop over if I is lesser than array dot length and I plus plus. If array index one is if array I plus array I plus plus will be equal to the item, and give yes.
The numbers in the array that might be not in order. So you can expect random numbers. Like for instance, you can expect to have 4, 5, 2, 702. It's not in order.
Maybe if I go like this, then array of I plus array of I plus plus, can I do that?
Okay.
It is equal to the item, then print s. Maybe I'm sticking to doesn't work like this, right?
This solution, you should not expect to have numbers in order. So make sure you check for, let's say for the first item and then sum it with the rest of the items, okay? So probably you need here 2 for loops. I will give you a hint. So let me share the screen to help you a little bit.
Should I stop share? Stop share?
Okay. So for instance, you have array of items. Let's say 1, 7, 17, for instance, 3 or 2, then let's say 5. Let's say 4 numbers. And then the number we are asking for is, for instance, 6. Is there any 2 numbers, if we sum them, the value of that summation is 6? Let's see. So we go with the first number, and we loop over the items. So 1 plus 17, 1 plus 17 is 18. No. So let's continue. 1 plus 2 is 3. Is it equal to 6? No. So let's continue. 1 plus 5 is equal to 6. Then in that case, yes, you can stop the loop here and then go out and say, yes. Let's say we take another example, the same numbers, and the number we are looking for is 16. Is there any 2 numbers in this array? The sum of them is 16, let's say. So we go with the 1. 1 plus 17 is 18. No. 1 plus 2 is 3. No. 1 plus 5 is 6. No. Then we will finish with the 1. Let's go to the second one. We go to the 17. So we take the index, the second index, and then in that case, 17 plus 2 is 19. No. 17 plus 5, it is 23, correct? Yeah, 22. So the answer is no. Okay, then in that case, the 17 will not work. Let's go to the 2. Okay. 2. 2 plus 5 is 7. Is it equal to 16? No. So in that case, we finished all the possibilities because the 5 is the last one, and we don't need to check. We finished all the possibilities, and in that case, we didn't find any number or two numbers. Some of them is 16, so we print no. That's it. That's the solution. So how to implement it in code? That's your part. Share the screen again, please.
I understood the problem and the solution. So, like this, then we have to go with J also for J is equal to 0.
You have to have 2 loops, correct?
So now if array dot I equal plus array dot j equals that. Now the condition will be like if the first element adds up with the second element, then adds and gives the result as the item, and it prints yes, right?
Can you repeat that again?
So it's like now we need an if statement here saying that if the first element like array dot I adds up with array dot j, then it should give item.
Yeah.
If it gives, then yes.
Okay.
So, or
On
let
line
me
3,
get
you have this equal or minus.
which one? Line
On
3.
line 3,
Yeah,
you have j minus or equal.
j equals.
Why it's like, it looks like minus. I don't know.
I think you forgot to declare variables too, so var I and var j.
Yeah, it's okay, Ahmed. Here we just want to see the solution first, and then we can improve the syntax. Yeah, I agree with you. You can put the var in front of I and j. Thank you, Ahmed.
Yeah, this is on the right track. I think you should you have to just check now if I is equal to j on each iteration.
Yeah.
Should I simply declare like array dot I plus array dot j is equal to item or condition?
Yeah.
Is equal to j.
Array I plus array j equal to the item. Then in that case, you found it, right?
So that's how it goes. It should be just ij or array I array j.
Array of I and j.
Yeah. So it should be
Can you close the Slack from your side, please?
Yeah. Yeah. Else it should be no.
Okay.
Does it make sense now?
Not really.
Should return a message. I guess.
I believe the condition above is plus, not equal.
Yeah. The array.I.
Okay, plus array of j is equal to the item. Double equal. Okay. And then somewhere else, if you can't find it, you can just return no.
Yeah, just after the statement, then return
I believe it should be outside the 2 of the 4s, outside before closing the function, because if you do it after line 6, then you're not checking the entire list.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay, so that's kind of almost correct solution. The steps are correct. There were some, I believe, some mistakes in the syntax, maybe, but that's okay. So yeah, that's the first question. Move on to the next one.
Okay, so you are working.
And you can read it loud, please.
You are working in a pharmacy X. A customer came to you and asked for a medicine Y. You went to bring it, but you found it's out of stock after searching for 15 minutes. Write a program that will help you manage the stocks for your pharmacy, assuming that you'll be provided with the initial stock. Stock paracetamol 3, aspirin 1. Get paracetamol. Okay. Get aspirin OS. This is OS. Should be a no or
Should be OOS, which is out of stock.
okay. Out of stock. Aspirin. Okay. Get aspirin. Okay. This.
If you have any questions, you can ask.
So it's taking in an array.
Yeah.
Array of a name and the number. Oh, it's just taking a pattern.
It's taken an object, key and value. So the key is the medicine name, and the value is how many items for that medicine. Assuming that the function will not ask for any unknown medicine. So all the stock, the initial stock, will be the same that you'll perform the actions on. So if the initial stocks are paracetamol and aspirin, the program will should assume, just an assumption, that you will not be asked about, for instance, any other item.
So which one is present, it will be asked for that. If it is there, it should return OK. If it is not there, it should return OS.
Salim, is this the right syntax for an array? Because this seems like more like an object.
It's an object, not an array. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
It is associative array. In PHP, we call it associative array. In JavaScript, we call it object.
Right. And in Python, we call it dictionary.
Exactly. I will provide you with the boilerplate for the code. So you just focus on the actual implementation of the solution. So I'll share it on Stack and you can just copy paste. You can find it in the general channel. So it's like a stock management. You ask for the item, it will, minimize the quantity. If you add an item, it will increase the quantity. For instance, if you can follow here, if we asked for the paracetamol, we have 3 items in the stock. So the first one we got okay. The paracetamol, the second time we got okay. The third item we asked for is aspirin. We got okay because we have 1 in the stock. The second time we get aspirin, it's out of stock. Then we add aspirin, it will print okay, and you have to increase the number of aspirin in the stock. If you get it again, you will get okay. So all you have to do is play on these numbers here in the object. And assuming you only get 2 actions, get and add.
So it's like we have to create a button function to get or add. On click add this or something.
Check for the action. If it's get, then do the action. If it's add, do the needful.
Okay, there's a little bit of a confusion here. If like, would the customer ever have the privilege of asking, the employer to add something? Isn't he just purchasing?
No. Just assuming just you have 2 items in this case, you will not be asked to add any extra item.
Okay.
Just for the sake of example.
So you right click. I still don't get how to approach this. Get paracetamol. So like if action get, then console.log this thing.
You have to return either okay or out of stock.
So how do I, like if action is get and aspirin, then console.log okay.
No, you have to return, not console.log, because
No,
the function is expected to return either okay or OOS, out of stock. You should not print anything inside the function.
so I just write here action and item. If get comma aspirin, like that.
Okay.
So if get paracetamol, then in the stock paracetamol should become -1. Stock dot paracetamol, the value should get decreased. And then if I get the action as get, then I have to check with the stock whether it's there in the stock or not. If it is not there in the stock, then I should give out of stock. I got the idea what to do, but how to implement it, I'm not getting the right way.
You check for the action. If it's get, then you do the, you take out the item, and if it's add, else if it's add, then you just increment the number of the quantity.
Remove.
Just tell me what is your solution, and then if you can just write in English, it's okay. In pseudocode.
No, it's like if the action is get and we get the item as paracetamol, so in the stock, the paracetamol should get reduced by 1 or minus 1. It should get removed. So and then
Exactly.
it's written yes. Then when it's done, when there is an action called add and the item name is paracetamol, so the stock list should get added by 1. So that is 3 plus 1, so it should be 4 or something, whatever the value is there. And then should be okay. But if the value reaches 0 and if there is a get, then it should be OOS, that is out of stock. Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. But thing is the syntax and the code is.
Don't worry about the syntax. Just type in English what's your algorithm, like the steps you will follow, and that will do it.
Like simple. Oh, oh, I didn't get you.
I mean, just type in English, pure English, what you are going to do. It's not necessary to be in JavaScript. Um, this is, we call it pseudocode. Just the steps that you are going to do. Yeah, what exactly you are going to do.
If get and it's paracetamol, then we remove, then we decrease actually. And we decrease the by 1. Then decrease the quantity of item by 1 if the quantity is greater than 1, right?
I believe if the quantity is greater than 0, right?
Oh, sorry, yeah, yeah. The quantity is greater than 0. Yeah. And then else it will be else if the quantity is equal to 0, then return OS.
Okay. And what about the add? This is the get. What about the add?
And similarly, we can do for the add. If it is add, then we increase the quantity of item by 1 and return it as okay.
All right. So yeah, that's makes sense. That makes sense. This is kind of a pseudocode what you are going to achieve. The syntax doesn't really matter what you are doing. At least you understand what the steps needed to perform or to solve this question. So yeah, good stuff. Let's move on to the last question. We have, I guess, 15 minutes to finish.
Okay, a cleaning robot can move in 4 directions: north, east, south, and west. Write a function that accepts a string of movements, directions. Okay. Print the final XY position of the robot. Okay.
So take a look at the second image, the last slide. You can understand what it is. So all of you guys are familiar with this robot. So just assuming this robot can move in 4 directions, if you got the directions as a string, then calculate where exactly that robot is in, assuming the initial movement is 0, 0, the initial frame.
Initial frame is 0, 0.
Yes.
Okay, so north, west, east, south. So first, NE gives output 1, 1.
We can check the below. If we go 1 to the north and 1 to the E, then that will be like in the first quadrant, which is 1, 1.
Okay, so if it goes 1 to the west, 1 to the north, so it will be 1, 1 there also.
It should be
One-
minus 1, 1.
Yeah, 1, 9 minus 1, 9. The other way.
Minus 1 for the X, Y is 1.
Okay.
Yeah, correct. Take a look at the second example I provided above.
Okay, so E, 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 W, W, W.
You can check that on the illustration.
East, okay, it moved 1, then it moved 1 back. It moved 1 front, then again 1 back. Again 1 front, 1 back. So it keeps 0.
Exactly.
Okay, okay.
So again, I will provide you with the boilerplate of your code. Then only your part is to solve it. I will send it over Stack.
So X and Y will be the input.
Yes.
So the input will be in letters, NE, like in, will be an array or just letters.
It will be just string, not array.
Okay, string. Okay, string. String. Here it goes in E, so it's 1 comma 1. Okay. So it's like if the string contains n, then it should increase by 1.
You can start typing at least what you want to achieve.
No, I have a doubt actually. Here in this one, it said north and east. So it moved one step to the east, and one step to north, and one step to east. So it is 1 comma 1. This one is east, east, west, west, west.
Yes.
So it moved 1 to east and again to west.
No, it moved one to east, 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 and then west, west, west.
Okay, okay. 1 to east, 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 then west, west, west.
Yes.
And the output is 0, comma 0. So if the string contains n and increase by 1, no, I still have doubt in understanding the question.
You can ask.
So how will be how like if
Think about it subjectively. Like if you can digest the illustration in the next slide, you will get a clue how to solve it.
I didn't hear you. Sorry.
And also based on the input examples, especially the second one.
Yeah, that's what. So if it moves to E, then X increases by 1. And it moves again, it increases by 1. And again it moves, it increases by 1. So its value is 3. Then when
Okay.
it moves to west, then X decreases by 1. Again decrease, and X increases 0.
Exactly.
So if it is N, then Y increases by 1, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, okay. And the same way goes for south. If it is south, then Y decreases by 1.
Yeah, you already solved it. Just implement it now.
Okay, okay. So if
I think you have to loop through every character in the input and do accordingly.
how do I look to a string like characters in a string?
You can treat the movements as an array that has the movements in characters. So just treat it as an array, I think.
We have 5 minutes left.
No, I got it how to do, like I understand, but same thing. Like for each element of each character in the array or in the string, if it is n, then y will increase by 1. If it is s, y will increase by y will decrease by 1.
Yeah,
And
correct.
x, if it is e, it will increase by 1. And if it is w, it will decrease by 1.
Just put it there in the code. Like if it is, just put it as English. Like if it is y, sorry, if it is n, then that will increase.
Yeah.
If it's something, yeah, just put it there. And that assuming you will loop over all the characters or the letters inside the string.
Yeah, if it is n,
Right.
then y will decrease.
Decrease or increase?
Yeah, if it is n, y will increase. Yeah, y increase. That's y plus plus, right?
Yeah.
Else, if it's s, then y minus y. Similarly, if it's e, then x plus plus, else if it's w, y minus x minus.
Cool. Yeah. Great stuff, Muhammad. Well done so far. Congratulations on finishing this interview. Now we can see where you are and how much room you can improve.
Yes, a lot.
What areas you can improve in problem solving, in the syntax area, and so on. I believe that you did a great job in this interview. We will do another interview with you maybe after 1 month or 2, and you can compare yourself like later on with now.
Yeah.
And you will see how much improvement you made to yourself. So this is a kind of an interview. We will do it every week. So today we done it with Muhammad. Muhammad is a web developer intern at Souq Al-Mal. And next week we will have another guest. So stay tuned to the next week on Friday, 5 p.m. or 6 p.m. We will notify you about the timing. And yeah, thank you everyone for your time. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you are interested to know the solution for the problems, I already uploaded them to GitHub. I will share the link with you, everyone. So we have them here. I put this in a new repository, just created now. I will share it in the Slack as well as in the chat here in the Zoom. So if you're interested to know my solution, you can check it out. It's a simple solution, not a big deal. Let's move on. Like you can go to Muhammad Ihsan, and then you can find 3 questions. You can also access the questions deck. You can see the questions slide if you forgot them, and the solutions for each question. So for the question number 3, this is my solution. So looping over the characters, and if it's n, then exactly what Muhammad said. And yeah, you can check the solution by yourself. So thank you again for your time, and see you on next Friday.
Thank you, Salim. Good job, Muhammad.
If you have any questions, you can email me at contact@salim.dev, or you can contact the guys at Laymoon. You can ask, I believe, help@laymoon.com. Okay, or amir@laymoon.com if you have any questions. So yeah, thank you again and have a nice day.